Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing superbly great. Okay, so now we have our next question from the RTP December 2021 CA Intermediate Cost Accounting. Question number 10, joint product and byproduct. Now this is one of I will say very well framed questions on joint and byproduct. A very good question, right? और अगर एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बात करूं, अगर एग्जाम में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ जाए तो भाई हम तो देखते डर जाएंगे एक बार, डेफिनेटली, राइट. On the very first look of the question, there will be a panic in the examination. Any one of you, right? Even had I been in your place, even I would have shown the same reaction. Even I would have panicked that, oh, this is the question from joint and byproduct. I don't know what the question is, right? So, we even don't read the question and we make it an image in the mind that this is a tough question, right? If this is such a big question from joint and byproduct, this might be a tough question, right? So let's read the question. The question is not very tough. The question is very simple, but the only thing is that how you comprehend, how you decipher this information basically. Let's see. The company produces two joint products A and B from the same basic material. The processing is completed in 3 departments. The materials are mixed in department number 1. At the end of this process, A and B get separated, right? So the first raw material is put into the department number 1 from where two products A and B get separated. After separation, A is completed in department number 2. That is the further processing of A, right? And B in the department number 3, sorry. So that means A is being further processed in department number 2 and B is being further processed in department number 3. During a period, 4 lakh kg of raw material was processed in department 1 at a total cost of 17 lakh 50,000. Now this is this is the joint cost, right? The input was 4 lakh kg because he is talking about department number 1. So this is the main thing in this question. You need to be careful that the information is regarding which department. Okay, at a total cost of 17 lakh 50,000. Now this 17 lakh 50,000 becomes my joint cost, right? And the resultant 50% becomes A, 40% becomes B, and 10% normally lost in the processing. Now 50, 40, 10% of what? Of the input. Input was 4 lakh kg. Now what he is saying, try to understand that input is 4 lakh kg, right? So out of this input, he says 50% becomes A. What is the 50%? That means 2 lakh. 40% becomes B. 40% means 1,60,000 and the remaining 10% is my normal loss. Remaining 10% means 40,000. Clear? This much is clear. So this is in the process department number 1. In department number 1 we have input 4 lakh kg and the total cost, joint cost here which is being incurred is 17 lakh 50,000, right? The joint cost incurred is 17 lakh 50,000, out of which the production of A is 2 lakh, that is 50% of the input, 40% B 1,60,000 and 10% is your normal loss, right? This is what the information says. Now he is talking about now department B. So you be careful which department he is talking about. First the information was regarding the department 1. Now department 2. He says 1/5 of the quantity received from department 1. What is the quantity received from department 1? If he is talking about department 2, that means he is talking about the product A, right? Now what is the quantity that is received from department number 1? 2 lakh. So he says 1/5 of this 2 lakh, right? 1/5 of this 2 lakh is lost in processing. 1/5 is lost, sir, right? 1/5 is lost in processing, that is My normal loss is 40,000. After that, A is further processed in department 2 at a cost of 2,60,000. Right? Out of 2 lakh, 4 lakh is lost. What is the actual production? What is the actual production? 1,60,000. And what is the cost? Cost, further processing cost is 2,60,000. Any doubt? This is my further processing cost. Now, next he is talking about in department number 3. Now, in department number 3, he is talking about which product? He is talking about product B. Further, new material is added to the material received from department 1 and the weight mixture is doubled. Whatever you have received from department 1, that is 1,60,000, he says you will add more material, you will add some new material, right? And the combination is that this value gets doubled. That means the new material you will add to the tune of 1,60,000, right? You will add 1,60,000 more. Any doubts? So the total is 3,20,000 of B. The weight mixture is doubled. 1,60,000 received from department number 1, then it is doubled. That means the new material with whatever we are entering is 1,60,000. There is no quantity loss in the department 3. There is no loss, no normal loss. Right? Further processing cost with material cost in the department is 3 lakh. Total further processing cost, right, including this material cost, he says, is 3 lakh. Okay. So FPC, further processing cost, is 3 lakh. Any doubts up till this point? I hope it is clear. The details of the sales during the sales period are quantity sold 1,50,000 and 3 lakh. Sales price is given to you 10 and 4. There was no opening stock. Now read the next line very carefully. He says if these products are sold at split of point. Now this selling price is after processing, after further processing. He says if these products are to be sold at the split of point and not at the further processing, right? The selling price will be 8 and 4 rupees per kg respectively. Clear? Now what he is asking you to prepare. He says prepare a statement showing the apportionment of joint cost to A and B in the proportion of sales value at split of point. Sales value at split of point. Read the question very carefully. He is not saying this in the proportion of selling price at sales split of point. Sorry, he's asking you sales value, right? So that means first you will have to identify the sales value at split of point in the proportion of the sales value and not the selling price, because this is the mistake I have seen students committing. What they do is they will proportion it in the ratio of 8:4 selling price. No, he's asking you to proportion it in the sales value at split of point. So first calculate what is the sales value at split of point, and in that proportion you have to distribute the joint cost. Clear? Now first what he has done is calculation of quantity produced. I have already discussed. Input in the department 1, input is 4 lakh. Weight loss is 40,000, that is 10%. Product A is 2 lakh and product B is 1,60,000. Any doubts? Clear? In the department 2, 2 lakh you are receiving from department number 1, right? 1/5 of that is your loss and the remaining 1,60,000 is your output. In department number 3, 1,60,000 you are receiving from department number 1. This is from department number 1. This is from department number 1. Okay. And you are adding more material, 1,60,000, so that this total is doubled. That is 3,20,000. Any doubt? So this is basically the production, quantity produced. Now, statement of apportionment of joint cost in department number 1. What is the output? Is 2 lakh and 1,60,000. Now this output is before further processing, right? because in the first part what he is saying is that you are selling the product at split of point. Now if you are selling the product at split of point, right, that means you are selling this quantity, because after that is further processing. You are selling 2 lakh and 1 lakh 60,000, right? So what is the selling price? 8 rupees and 4. What is the sales value? 16 lakh and 6 lakh 4,000. So joint cost of 17 lakh 50,000 will be apportioned in this ratio. 16 lakh is to 6 lakh 40,000. Any doubts? Clear? A very simple part. Now next part. Next it says, prepare a statement showing the cost per kg of each product, indicating the joint cost, processing cost and the total cost separately. That what is the share in the joint cost, then what is processing cost, further processing cost, right? So you have to calculate the cost per kg. Now output is, now this is after further processing. Now he's not saying at split of point. That means it has to be after further processing, because he's asking you to mention the processing cost also. That means he is asking you for after further processing. So output in kg after further processing is 1,60,000 and 3,20,000. So you need to be very careful with this output thing. Here it is 2 lakh and 1,60,000 because we are selling at split of point. Here it is 1,60,000 and 3,20,000 because we are selling after further processing, right? So do not confuse here and do not commit a mistake in the output section. Share in the joint cost we have calculated from here, 1250 and 5 lakh. Okay, right? Joint cost per kg. So we have calculated it per kg 7.8125 and 1.5625. So what we are doing is we are using this information only. The share in joint cost we have picked up this only. Further processing cost is 2,60,000 and 3 lakh, and further processing cost per kg you will calculate by dividing it by the output. Right, total cost per kg is given to you. Total cost per kg means the joint cost plus the further processing cost. Clear? Any doubts? Right, let's move on to the third part. Prepare a statement showing the product wise profit for the year. Now he wants to calculate the profit for the year. Statement of profit. Output is 1,60,000 and 3,20,000. What is the sales out of that? It is given to you in the question. This is given 1,50,000 and 3 lakh. So there is a closing stock of 10,000 and 20,000. Right, sir. Now the sales value. Now this is after FPC. That is after further processing. 1,50,000 kg you have sold multiplied by 10. For the product B, you have sold 3 lakh kg multiplied by 4. Need to be very careful. Do not write 1,60,000 and 3,20,000 here. Right? So basically, the whole game in this question revolves around the quantity. Right? And the quantity is the only area in this question where you people can commit the mistake. Add closing stock at full cost. Full cost means this cost which we have incurred. Right? That at least we'll be recovering the cost from there, isn't it? So 94,375 and 50,000 value of production, total value, the sales plus closing stock, this is the total value that I'll be receiving less share in the joint cost, 12,50,000 less further processing costs, the profit you will get, right? This is the sales that we are doing. This is at cost we are recording, that we'll be selling it at least the cost. So this is the total value, right? 15 lakh plus 24,375. This is at least what we'll be getting, right? This is at least what we'll be getting, and subtracting the joint cost and the further processing cost, from that we'll get the profit value. After that, he's saying prepare the profitability statement before and after processing. So very simple, sir. For the product A, if we are selling it before, 16 lakh is the sales value, right? Now be careful which value you have to take. You have to take this value now, before 8 and 4, right? So before, sales value is 16 lakh. Right? Sir, how this 16 lakh has been received? Can you tell me? Now we are talking about before processing. That means before processing we had 2 lakh units, right? Multiplied by 8, 16 lakh. Share in the joint cost 12 lakh 50,000. So this is my profit. And if you are identifying the profit after further processing, it is 84,375 calculated above. Now, for the product B, 6,40,000. How 6,40,000? 1,60,000 units multiplied by 4. So 6,40,000. Share in the joint cost 5 lakh. So profit is 1,40,000. And if we do it further processing, the profit is increasing to 4,50,000. Right? So what should be done? The product A should not be further processed because the profits are declining from 3,50,000 to 84,375, whereas the product B should be further processed as the profits are increasing from 140 to 450. Right? Product A should not be should be sold at split off, and the product B after processing because of higher profitability. Clear? So this is a very good 10 marks question on joint and byproduct. So be careful and always try to do one thing, not in the examination, but when you are practicing the questions, right? Always try to do something like this. Whatever is the information given in the question, try to write it in your own words. Try to make it a flow chart or something like that, right? That will make the things easy for you when you are doing the question. At least during the practice, not in the examination, because in the examination you won't be having that much of a time. Right? But at least during the practice, make it a habit that in such kind of questions where there is lot of information, try to make something like this. Right? Write it in your own language, in your own presentation. You don't have to follow this flowchart type only. Whatever you feel like, in whatever form you think you will be able to understand the information better while attempting the question. Right? That will help you a lot. So we are done with this question number 10 on joint and byproducts. In the next lecture, we'll take up the next question. So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.